hello and welcome to the Keeper of the Home podcast. I'm Cami, creator of the blog and YouTube channel Tidbits and Company, and I'm so glad to have you with me today. I want to just leave you with some quick inspiration today to help you live more fully and enjoy the spring season. So I love to hop on here on this podcast every turn of the season and just fill you with some ideas and inspiration on how you can invite the season more fully into your life and into your home. Now, I'm hoping I can keep this short today and just get you on your way, as I have to get on my way and go pick up some kids. So we will just try to give you some quick little thoughts to help you really enjoy spring. Isn't spring just wonderful? It is so wonderful to feel the season come alive, and I want to help you really lean into that and make the most of it. But first, let's talk about a few matters of housekeeping. Now, if you haven't already heard, I have released my first line of merch, and I have created these adorable hoodie sweaters with this cute V-neck, darling little vintage hem. I just love this sweater, and I have 3 logos for you to choose from and 6 different colors, so hopefully you'll be able to find the style that you like. And I've already been just so pleased to hear of those who have already ordered and have loved their sweaters. And you can check those out, see if it's something you would love to wear to help share with the world how proud we are to be keepers of our home. But check it out at tidbitsandco.com, or you can go over to my blog, tidbitsandcompany.com, and click right over to the shop. Either way, it should be very easy for you to see and check out. And if you're wondering why I'm talking about a sweater during the spring season, here's why. Let me tell you, this sweater is so light and soft. And if your weather is like mine, the mornings and evenings are still very chilly in the springtime. And this is the perfect light sweater, right? That's what we all want, to just keep you nice and cozy when the air still is a little chilly. I even think it's gonna be great for like beach nights when you've been playing in the water in the summer and you need a little sweater to throw on. I think it's like the perfect all year adorable sweater. And I really think you're going to love it. So check it out. All right. The other thing I wanted to make you aware of is that I finally did a full home tour over on my blog and YouTube channel. So if you want to see our pole barn home in all its glory, every space coming together, that is available for you now. And I've also sat down with my husband, Mr. Tidbits, and we've talked about the construction process. We've talked about the reality of building a home by ourselves. So if this is of interest to you, I've just been putting out a lot of content lately about our pole barn home, and I hope it's really been enjoyable. So I think that wraps up the housekeeping. Let's get into the topic of the day, and that is spring. So I was thinking about spring as I was enjoying a beautiful walk. We have some gorgeous weather and then it rains, maybe sprinkle snow still a little bit here, but I was out on one of the days where it was almost 60 degrees. Things are turning green. It was so beautiful. And I had the random thought, because this is kind of the stuff I do in my head, but I had the random thought of what would spring tell us to do if we were to make the word spring into an acronym. So that was the thoughts in my brain that day, and I jotted it all down when I came home, and I thought, you know what, this would be a fun podcast to just get you inspired for spring season. So let's look at the word spring as an acronym and hopefully get you inspired for the season ahead. So S, what could S stand for? For me, S could stand for set goals. I think spring is a much more motivating time in life to set some new goals, some new ambitions, kind of maybe even rethink goals that you've had in your mind and refresh them, bring them back to the surface. But I think spring is a much better season for that than January 1st. Now, I do love the start of a new year. I love a new planner, which, by the way, working hard on the Tidbits day planner for 2025. I can't believe I said that, but hopefully we're getting it published this year, you guys. So stay tuned for that. I digress. I do that a lot. Anyway, I think with the earth coming alive and anew, and there's this life and energy just blooming from the earth around us, I feel like it is so much more intuitive in my soul to set my goals now and to think about the year moving ahead and the seasons ahead and what I want to accomplish, whether it's personal health, homemaking tasks, house goals, whatever it may be. I really feel like when the earth is coming alive, it also brings our motivation and our awareness of things that we want to bring back to life or to come alive in our lives during this time of year. So think about that. Are you ready to actually set some goals? Because I do believe that the energy of the earth will actually be more supportive now and supporting us through those changes than maybe the dead of winter. It's just food for thought, but that's something I'm really excited to do this year. And I'm kind of using April 1st as kind of my new year, because that just feels right. So hopefully that sparked some thoughts in you and you're ready to set some new goals for the year ahead. Okay, let's look at the P in the word spring. My first thought was plant seeds. Now this could be very literal, all right? Go out, get your hands in the dirt, plant a garden, grow your garden, plant some seeds for your windowsill. Maybe you want to do some basil and rosemary in your kitchen windowsills, or maybe you really actually get out there and plant seeds in the dirt to fill a garden that will bloom later on this year. But we can also use the idea of planting seeds figuratively. And there are so many things that you can act in hope right now that something will grow later. And that is going to be very personal for you. But think about that. What kind of seeds of action can you plant in your life right now in hopes of a bountiful harvest later? This is definitely applicable for us as homemakers, as we are often the planter of seeds as well as the keeper of the home, right? We either plant seeds of education, of spirituality, of faith, of cleanliness, of, I don't know, you name it, fill in the blank. What kind of seeds do you want to plant this spring in hopes that you will see a bountiful harvest later on in the year and for years to come? I feel like the act of planting a seed is such a hopeful act, and spring is what we all hope for in the dead of winter. And so let's continue to plant those seeds and see what can become of our life and how we can help plant those seeds in the hearts of the people that we tend to. So food for thought there. Think about what kind of seeds you want to plant right now. Okay, let's talk about the R. I had a few words that I thought could relate to the R in spring, and maybe give yourself some time to think about what you would choose. But for me, I felt like the R could be run full speed. And I often feel like spring is when we have the most energy, the most life brewing up inside of us, and the most ambition to just run full speed ahead on whatever is happening in our lives. And I think that explains a bit why we get this like spring cleaning itch in us, because we just have this energy to tackle some things that maybe while we were hibernating in the winter, we just didn't feel the energy for. And so as you're looking at tasks in your home, maybe big projects that you've had in mind to do, business projects, personal projects, organization projects, whatever it is, run full speed ahead. Because if you think about it, the next season is the season of recreation. That's a little hint for you what's coming. But we need, as humans, recreation as well. And so gearing up for this season of recreation, and then as fall comes, the season of homing, and then as winter is coming after that, the season of hibernating, spring is really when we have the most energy to run full speed ahead. So do it. Gather up all the energy, get excited, and just tackle those goals and those projects and all that ambition that you've been wishing that you had the energy to do. Right now is the time to do it. And I really encourage you to make the most of that. And speaking of running, maybe you literally want to get out there and run and move your body. But, we know that running strengthens us, strengthens our endurance, strengthens our lung capacity, strengthens our legs. So think of spring like that. What you're going to do now is going to strengthen you for the rest of the year and the seasons ahead. So run full speed ahead and get strong. Now let's talk about the I in spring. And I think the I should stand for imagine or dream. Of course, dream starts with a D, but imagine the possibilities ahead of you with the earth just, invigorated and things coming before our eyes. It is the season of imagination. If you know Anne of Green Gables, you know how she felt about spring. It just meant new life. I loved reading the Anne books and reading how observant she was of each walk and what newness of life came up and how it just set her mind to dreaming and imagining the future and imagining the possibilities. This is the season for your imagination to run wild and for you to run with it. So all those dreams that you've been thinking maybe are for some other day, imagine them now. And as far as dreams, I had a funny instance with my daughter the other day. My husband and I, we're admittedly dreamers, and we're always thinking of the next thing or what we can do here or there. And my daughter, just almost in a sigh of exasperation, said, "Oh, you guys are such dreamers." And we just had to laugh because yes, we are. And sometimes those dreams make us do some drastic things, which I guess I'll give you a little hint here, my friends. Drastic things are coming because we are imagining possibilities. And of course, I will let you guys know, but I can't reveal too much right now. But huge changes are happening for our family as we have imagined and been dreaming and have acted on those. So if you'll just stay tuned, I will share it all. And you will definitely be a part of the process, but it may get quiet on my blog and YouTube channel. Probably not my blog because I do have help over there and they'll probably keep it alive for me. But as far as me showing up on video, it may get a little quiet for a little bit as we pursue some of these dreams because I feel like this is the season to do that. So hopefully you'll take some inspiration from me, let some of the things go, some of these mundane things or these things that you're just trudging along and not feeling too much inspiration for. Start imagining what else you could be doing and chase after those dreams. Even if they don't fully happen this spring season, I think every dream is a seed that we plant and that can grow fruit, even unimaginable fruit that we don't even imagine. And that's definitely the situation that's happening with our family right now. And so I hope you'll stay tuned and be patient with me as I wrap up all the pieces here and get ready to share this with you. But way excited about the dreaming ahead for us. And I hope that you will use this spring season to create some dreams of your own. The N in spring, I think we absolutely need to think about nourishment during the spring season. Now, for our bodies especially, this could be a little more obvious, but spring foods and the things that are coming out of the ground during spring, it's fascinating for me to study this, especially as I've looked more into herbalism through my Herbal Academy courses that I'm taking. I'll leave a link to those courses if you're interested. But it's so interesting, like even the dandelions that are going to be popping out of the ground like crazy that we all think are a nuisance, they are the most nourishing plants for our bodies and the most detoxifying. And usually all this new life, these things that we think are weeds growing out of the ground, they actually have massive detoxifying capabilities. And it just makes sense. We're coming out of winter. We've maybe been stuck in our home and maybe the air's gone a little stagnant and maybe we've eaten some foods that are a little heavier. But spring just invites this deep nourishment and detoxification, and it just calls for that. So get out, move your body, eat really nutritious foods. I'm already in full-blown salad mode. My family, well, my husband loves it. My poor kids are moaning and groaning, but I just love to just pack in these nourishing salads and serve them to my family. I'd say it's almost as good as soup season, almost. But spring is just about light, nourishing foods and just really enjoy it. And besides food and health, think about how you can nourish your mind this spring season. Go out and just be in nature. Leave the phone inside. Go for walks and just embrace your Anna Green Gables, right? Look at everything in nature with a deep, close eye and study it and enjoy it and be fascinated by what is coming up. And that will nourish your mind and soul and spirit and carry you through the rest of the year and just really inspire you with everything that you've got ahead of you. And if you're the keeper of your home, now is a great time to bring some of that nature into your home. Clip some things that are growing out, even if it looks like weeds or branches. Watch it come alive in your home. Get some fresh flowers from the market and just really enjoy that nourishment to your soul. Another thought for you, even though it's still kind of sweater season for us here, I have hope that spring warm weather is coming. But now is the time to shake off those sweatpants and pull out the skirts. That's basically what I'll be doing. It's so cold in winter where I'm at in the Rocky Mountains, and I admittedly live in cozy pants as well, but I am excited to shake those off, pack them away, as wonderful and as comfortable as they were. I'm feeling like this would help me nourish my mind and my soul and my body by shaking off the heavy gear, throwing on some skirts, getting lighter in my wardrobe, throwing on lighter throw blankets on the couch, and just enjoying this lightness that will help nourish my soul. So I'm really excited about that and hope you are too. And finally, let's talk about the G in spring. And I think it should stand for growth. And as I was out for my walk and thinking about this season of growth, which is really what I want to call spring, it is the season of growth. And I just kind of imagined the amount of effort that it probably takes for all these roots that are deep down in the dirt, whether it's grass, flowers, shrubbery, whatever it is. These roots that are so buried deep, I can imagine it takes so much effort to grow and to push above the soil. And it really probably takes these plants out of their comfort zone. They're probably nice and cozy and comfortable there, resting under the dirt, letting their roots extend, but now they have to push upwards. And I invite you to do the same. Get out of your comfort zones. Find activities and things that will help you grow and develop new skills in the kitchen, in your home, in your hobbies, in your responsibilities, whatever it is. Really be open and welcome that growth and encourage it and push through these hard things that might be holding you back and see what that does for your life. This is the season for growth. And let's make the most of it. And I hope that was inspiring for you just to think about and ponder about. Lastly, I always like to talk about the seasons and relate them to the female's monthly cycle. And again, apologize if you're a guy here joining me, but if you have any females in your life, this is going to be valuable information for you. This spring season is often likened unto the follicular phase of our cycle, which is the phase that comes after we menstruate or bleed. And this is a phase where your body is trying to renew and replenish. And so that's why spring is often compared to this. And in the follicular phase, I don't know if you're like me, you probably are, because our bodies are doing all similar things. But this is when I just have so many ideas. And I've read that it's because your body is renewing iron and blood, and that is rushing to your head. And it can come with some challenges. I don't sleep as well. I maybe think too much, and I often don't want to actually push up my sleeves and do things. That's more for the luteal phase, the action, the homing, and the nesting. But the follicular phase is magic if you can really lean into this need that your body is giving you to come up with ideas, to plan, to dream, to do all the things that we just talked about in regards to the spring season. Do that every month as your body is craving it and really enjoy that process. I find the follicular phase often the most difficult because it can lead me to a lot of feelings of discouragement if I do not lean into that deep, deep need I have to invigorate my mind and to dream and to think and to plan and imagine and to do all those things. So I hope that was interesting for you ladies, and I hope that you can listen to your body and recognize those needs, because it's very, very powerful, especially as we start to lean into them and recognize them. Okay, my friends, I have to go pick up a child right now, so I'm glad I got this filmed in time and kept things short, but I hope it was inspiring. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate your support so much. Every comment, every review, every like, every subscribe, every share, they mean the world to me. You have no idea how supportive that is for my family and for us and for my efforts here to inspire the keeper of the home. I need your help to do that. So please share it with your friends. If you're not already subscribed to this podcast or my YouTube channel, I would love to have you do that. And especially sign up for my newsletter where I share with you every Sunday all the tidbits that I shared during the week, and also send out a new free vintage art download for you. And so I'm excited to dig through the public domain and find some spring art for us and to share that in my newsletter. Make sure you're signed up so I can send that to you. It's a new one every week and it's not shared anywhere else. So definitely sign up for that newsletter. Check out my shop, my blog. Thank you for joining me. I hope you have a lovely spring. I would love to hear your comments below and to hear what you think of the spring season and how you're going to do all these wonderful things. Finally, I know I just almost exited, but let's review, shall we? S stands for set goals. P, plant some seeds. R, run full speed ahead. I, imagine and dream. N, nourish and cleanse. G, growth. So there we have it. That is our spring season ahead. Enjoy it, my friends. I will be back very soon to share more inspiration for the keeper of the home.